Hi, I'm Eric Popek, and I'm cooler than you, and I'm here for a song.
All right, let's go. 2, 3, 4. So, Ed's a real guy, a real person who lives in this city, whose name is actually Ed.
No names have been changed.
No, nothing.
To protect the guilty.
Not a single thing. This is all just a true story. Ed was a fellow cook of mine back at my old job, and a lot of times people would come to the back of that kitchen and be like, "Hey, where's Ed? I need Ed for something." And every time me and the other cooks would be like, "He's probably in the break room." It got to the point where there was like a little sing-songy little jingle that we were all saying in response to people. And one day I sat down at the piano and I was like, "He's probably in the break room." Just started tinkering around, and next thing you know, there's a whole song about it. So once I was trying to like figure out other lyrics for it, I was like, well, let me think about Ed. What does Ed do? He does all of these things. He's a pretty layered guy, as you can tell, between like, I hate Donald Trump, but reverse racism's a thing. So that's really where the song came from. There's a couple little like fun little bits of wordplay there. Like, Ed's a pretty tough guy to crack the code on, but I just wrote a whole song about it. Like, I think I might have cracked the code a little bit. But yeah, that's a big part of where that song came from. Musically, I tried to keep it really simple. Mm-hmm. The melody was already simple, like this.
Yeah.
And I figured, why dress it up with fancy stuff when I can just keep it nice and even and bouncy and fun?
Yeah.
Which is kind of different. This is like a diss track.
It totally is.
But over like some jangly little ragtime-esque piano.
Like a vaudeville diss track.
Yeah, exactly. Very old-timey, but modern in the sense that, it's about today and a guy that really does actually exist.
So the burning question is, has Ed heard the song?
I don't know that he has. I do know that many of my old coworkers have, though, and they got a bunch of pleasure out of that. I'm sure once this gets on Facebook, it will eventually be shown to him. But, I haven't seen Ed in years, so I don't think I'm going to get much backlash for it.
The risks we take in our art.
Yeah, Yeah, most of the songs that I write are about real people. Oftentimes, I don't change their names. Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't even, call out a name at all. Just, it's about you.
Yeah.
But this is definitely one where I called them out by name.
I haven't heard, a little bit of your music. Not all of it, because the record's... Is this going to be on the new record?
It's on the new record, which drops today as we're filming it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's actually... I put it on Bandcamp an hour ago.
Nice. So like this song, there's definitely like high humor in it.
Yeah.
And like your whole like brand is like Eric Popek is cooler than you or something, right?
Yeah.
So there's obviously tons of humor.
Sure.
And tongue in cheek in what you do. So like where does that come from, and like where does that sit with you within the art?
I grew up watching a lot of like your Bo Burnham videos when I was in high school, and like Tom Lehrer, if you're familiar with him, and I'm a big Ben Folds fan. He's kind of tongue in cheek too. I was always like the class clown back when I was in middle school and shit. So a lot of that sort of sarcastic idea comes from there. Also, like I find that music can often like take itself too seriously. Like everyone's like, oh, this is the sad song about my breakup, or like this is a really, like in rap music even, it's like this is a really important song about how I'm really cool and I'm the best and you better believe it. And I kind of want to just turn that all upside down on its head. You know, I'm sick of hearing the same old thing that you've heard a million times done sincerely. Like I kind of like the idea of giving it a wink and like making it a little not insincere, but sort of like poking fun at the idea that this has to be sincere.
Right.
Yeah. And I do think that levity can be something that is more important than sincerity sometimes.
I agree with that. I think that, I mean, like one of my heroes is John Prine.
Sure.
And John Prine, he is somebody he will write a heartbreaking song, but there's humor in it. And
Right.
Randy Newman is another one of my
Oh, yeah.
When Randy Newman writes a love song, and Tom Waits too, but like when Randy Newman writes a love song, it will break your heart in half. But the next song is hilarious, and the song after that is like a mix of both.
Yeah.
And there's like a wink or a joke in it, and I try to write very earnest songs personally, but I always try to like lighten it a little bit with a joke.
Sure.
You know, like I have this song called Met Your Match, and it's about like pears. It's about, and the third verse is really there's no use here for a third verse, right? Like, it's like that's the joke. And like when in the right room, people catch that, and like when you hear a giggle, it's like my favorite thing.
Yeah.
It's like you got the joke. Like I think that's the coolest when you get the joke. But that balance of like the serious with the humor, because like Bo Burnham in his latest special, he breaks it down.
He really
and it's
does.
like it gets real sincere.
It gets super sincere.
And then he flips it,
Like a switch almost.
It's the way he does it is so masterfully done. And Bill Hicks was like that as well.
Yeah, for sure.
There's lots of comedians that are able to toe that line. So like this song seems like it's full on,
just full on comedy.
Joke.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add about the song Break Room Head?
Sorry, Ed.